Hello and Grüß Gott. Today I'm going to install a set of Touratec Streetline hand protectors on my 2011 Suzuki GSX1250FA. I actually have two of these bikes. One of them that's under the cover over there I use for just around town, and it just has sliders on it. It's the only thing I've added to it, some LSL sliders. On this one here, I'm going to eventually add some LSL sliders, but today I'm going to install some hand guards. So I got these from Touratec, and they come with some brackets. They're made specifically for this model. Now, on the instructions, it says to put the hand guards, attach it right here. But I looked at that, and that doesn't make sense. Because if you attach it here, this is in the way. It really has to attach here. And then the hand guard will be here, and I'll show you how that's going to go. So what I've done here is I have loosened these and opened this width slightly. It already was open somewhat. Before I slid it over, I marked it with a marker for where this split is so that I would get it exactly lined up the same. So I just moved it over maybe 1/8 of an inch or so and slipped on this little piece that comes with the kit. It's a little protector piece that goes around the bar. So I've put that on, and also it comes with some of this wire guard material. Looks like this. I cut the piece in half, one half for here, one half for over here. It's going to go on these wires that go underneath to add a little extra protection. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to install this, and it's going to fasten with this clip going over. Pretty straightforward. And then I'm going to attach it with a bolt, and it's supposed to torque down to 5.5 Newton meters. According to the torque chart here, for an M5 bolt that's made out of steel, 5.5 Newton meters. And I checked to see if it was made out of steel, and it is. I know that because I can take a magnet and I can actually pick it up with it. So it is steel, so I'll use the steel setting. So I'm going to do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, this is the M5 by 25 bolt that comes with the kit. I'm going to put just a little bit of 3-bond on here. And that's a low strength, non-permanent locking solution. It's a thread locker, but it's much gentler than most of the other thread locking solutions. So it has a washer on it. I'm going to install it here. And then the backing nut looks like this. Whoops. The backing nut looks like this. And we're going to put that on there, and I'm going to torque it to 5.5 Newton meters using my hand torquing instrument, which is set to 5.5, and using a box end wrench to hold it in place. So I'll do that, and I'll be right back. All right, so before I actually tighten this bracket up to 5.5 Newton meters, I went ahead and just sort of stuck this plastic piece on there, and I found that it seems like at the very highest position here, I'm just going to go slightly below it. It's where it seems to have the best look. So I'm going to start there. I'll go ahead and tighten it up. I'll show you how we're going to attach this piece, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I'm ready to attach the plastic wing, or whatever you want to call this, the deflector, wind deflector. So it comes with these bolts here. They have I guess a torque spec I can read off the chart, but since it's nylock nuts, I'm going to just hand snug them. Just snug is all I'm going to do so I don't crack or damage the plastic. And I actually am going to put a little bit of thread locker on there so I don't have to feel like I need to snug them up very much. So I'm going to attach them like this, and I'll do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, I have my 8mm box end wrench to put here to back up this nut. Again, that's a nylock nut. And a 3mm Allen type wrench, or whatever you want to call it, hexagonal stick wrench. That's what I like to say. If you read all the Japanese manuals, that's what they call it. It's pretty funny. So I'm just, like I said, I'm just going to snug these up, not real tight because I don't want the plastic to split. And then we will see how it looks. And we'll move to the other side if it looks like it's going to fit properly. So I'll be right back. Okay, we've finished the left side of the handlebar right now. That's as high up as we can bring this. So I think it actually looks pretty good, and I'm hoping it does provide some good hand protection. I did notice on the back side of the plastic there's like a screw hole, so I have a feeling you can add some pieces to it to make it larger, much like my bark busters on my BMW. So I'll look into that if I do need that part. So right now I'm going to move over to the right side of the bike and I'll show you how we're going to do that. Okay, I'm going to install this part here over on this side. So to do that, again, this was what came stock from the factory, this gap here. I'm going to go ahead and loosen this up and slightly move it over. I did put a mark on the handlebar so I know the relative location. So I'm going to slide it over just a tiny bit. And I'm not sure what the torque specs are on these. I've looked a lot of the torque specs up on the web, but they're higher than numbers I would tend to believe. So, although this thing is pretty darn tight. So I'm going to loosen this up and I'll be right back. All right, I've installed this piece here. I moved this over slightly. These were torqued on really, really tight and they have inspector's lacquer, so it's like the factory did that. But I'm not sure how tight you can tight an aluminum casting with a steel bolt. So I just snugged them up. Snugging is good. So that should be fine. I didn't use any Loctite or anything else. So now I'm going to take this wire loom that it came with and I'm going to cut a custom piece to fit underneath here. There's a piece of wire that I'd like to cover up. So I'm going to do that and I'll be right back. Okay, so now we've put both sides on and it looks pretty good. They look kind of a little low, but there's no way to make them a little higher. That's as high as we can go and make them even. So we're going to try it out and see how it works out. The job overall was fairly easy to do. So I'll let you know with my comments later how they worked out. Thanks for watching.